When shopping for a home, seeing a price cut may pique your interest, but a price cut could signal something different.
NBC6 reporter Sophia Hernandez explains what to look out for and what recent trends are telling us about the current housing market.
Have you been going on Zillow lately and just seeing price cut after price cut? Well, it's pretty common. Zillow says in April, more than 20% of listings in the South Florida area had a price cut. That's 1 in 5 single-family homes. And what's interesting is that compared to the rest of the country, our area is seeing slightly larger price cuts. So why is that?
What we tend to think of is we've had a very, very hot housing market in relatively recent memory, and a lot of people anchored their expectations to that when they went to sell. It's trying to be more competitive in the market today. In the end, you're going to sell your house for as much as somebody's willing to buy it for.
Chief economist with Zillow, Misha Fisher, says that while price cuts are happening, it's actually less than what we saw last year. One reason might be that there's less inventory on the market, to which Fisher says isn't necessarily a bad thing for buyers. Fisher explains that while things in South Florida aren't necessarily affordable, affordability is improving, meaning buyers have the ability to buy a little more house than they did this time last year. And with less to choose from, they might be willing to spend a little more, and sellers are trying to meet them in that sweet spot. Hence the price cuts. So if you're a buyer and you see a price cut, what should you look for? Fisher says
you want to look at time on market. You want to look at the size of the price cut, the frequency of those. But I think you also want to make sure you're looking at the property. Because again, there's a different story between a house that looks like it's fairly priced but happens to keep cutting price versus a house that was clearly optimistically priced and is cutting price. Those are potentially telling you two different signals.
And if you're a seller, Fisher says it's important for you to get the right price right from the start. If not, it could take longer to sell. So some tips: work with an agent who's not just familiar with South Florida, but your specific neighborhood. And if you want to learn yourself, there are tools like Zillow Preview, a pre-listing service where you can gauge the demand for a property like yours in your neighborhood before you set a price. For more information, you can head to our website, NBC6.com. Sophia Hernandez, NBC6 News.